top geniuses who beat the system. Throughout history, there have been many individuals who have achieved great things by finding ways to get around rules, regulations, and other means of control. These geniuses have used their creativity, determination, and resourcefulness to overcome obstacles and achieve their goals. In this video, we will be showcasing the top 10 geniuses who have succeeded in finding a means of getting around rules and regulations. From scientists and inventors to activists and entrepreneurs, these individuals have made significant contributions to the world and have inspired others to think creatively and never give up. Join us as we take a look at the top 10 geniuses who have succeeded in getting around rules and regulations. Number 1. Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein is the most well-known genius on this list, known for quotes such as, "We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them." He is also famous for his theory of relativity, which completely revolutionized our understanding of space and time. However, Einstein was also a master at finding ways to get around rules and regulations. One example of this is how he managed to avoid military service in World War I. At the time, Einstein was a pacifist and did not want to fight in the war. However, military service was mandatory in Germany, so Einstein had to find a way to avoid it. He managed to do this by pretending to be mentally ill and getting himself declared unfit for military service. Number 2. Benjamin Franklin. Benjamin Franklin was a polymath and one of the founding fathers of the United States. He was a master of getting around rules and regulations and was known for his clever and cunning ways of getting what he wanted. One famous example of this is how he managed to get electricity adopted as the official lighting system for Philadelphia. At the time, there were strict rules and regulations governing the use of electricity, and Franklin had to find a way to get around these in order to promote the use of electricity. He managed to do this by demonstrating the benefits of electricity and convincing the city to adopt it as the official lighting system. Number 3. Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo da Vinci was a genius inventor and artist who lived during the Renaissance. He is known for his incredible creativity and his ability to come up with innovative solutions to problems. One example of how he succeeded in getting around rules and regulations is how he managed to get permission to dissect human bodies. At the time, dissection was strictly regulated and was only allowed in certain circumstances. However, Leonardo was determined to understand the human body in order to improve his artwork and inventions. He managed to get permission to dissect bodies by demonstrating the value of his work and convincing the authorities to allow him to carry out his research. It is estimated that he dissected more than 30 bodies of all ages and genders. Number 4. Marie Curie. Marie Curie was a brilliant scientist and the first woman to win a Nobel Prize. She made pioneering contributions to the fields of physics and chemistry and is best known for her discovery of radium and polonium. However, Marie Curie also had to find ways to get around rules and regulations in order to pursue her scientific work. One example of this is how she managed to get funding for her research. At the time, it was challenging for a woman to get funding for scientific research, and Marie had to work hard to convince the authorities to support her work. She succeeded in doing this by demonstrating the value and importance of her research and eventually received funding from the French government to continue her work. Number 5. Isaac Newton. Isaac Newton was a genius mathematician and scientist who made important contributions to the fields of calculus, physics, and astronomy. He is best known for his laws of motion and his theory of gravitation. He revolutionized our understanding of the natural world. However, Newton was skilled in finding ways to get around rules and regulations. One example of this is how he managed to get appointed as the Lucasian Professor of Mathematics at Cambridge University. At the time, the position was reserved for ordinary clergymen, and Newton was not ordained. However, he managed to get around this requirement by convincing the authorities to appoint him to the position, and he went to have a highly successful career as a professor and scientist. Number 6. Thomas Edison, who is credited with inventing the light bulb, phonograph, and the motion picture camera. He was known. Number 7. Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi was an Indian independence activist and leader who is best known for his philosophy of non-violence and his role to leading India to independence. Gandhi was a master at finding ways to get around his rules and regulations, and he used his tactics of civil disobedience and non-cooperation to challenge the British government's control over India. He managed to get around the strict rules and regulations imposed by the British government by using non-violent resistance and convincing people to join him in his cause. Gandhi's tactics were highly effective, and he played a key role in India's independence movement. Number 8. Martin Luther King Jr. Martin Luther King Jr. was an American Baptist minister and civil rights activist who is best known for his role in the American civil rights movement. Like Gandhi, King used nonviolence and civil disobedience to challenge the segregation and discrimination faced by African Americans in the United States. He was skilled in finding ways to get around rules and regulations that were designed to keep African Americans from exercising their rights. For example, he led the Montgomery bus boycott to protest segregation on public buses, and he organized the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom to demand equal rights for African Americans. King's tactics were highly effective, and he played a key role in bringing about major civil rights reforms in the United States. Number 9. Edward Snowden. Edward Snowden is a former National Security Agency (NSA) employee who is best known for leaking classified information about the NSA's surveillance activities. Snowden was able to get around the strict rules and regulations governing classified information by using his knowledge of computer systems and security protocols to access and leak information. He then fled the country to avoid prosecution. The United States Department of Justice filed 2 counts of violating espionage and theft of government property. His passport was revoked as he lived in exile. Russia granted him permanent residency in October 2020. By September 2022, Vladimir Putin granted him citizenship despite the risks involved. Snowden's actions brought attention to the extent of government surveillance and sparked a debate about privacy and civil liberties. Number 10. Elon Musk. Elon Musk is a businessman and entrepreneur who is known for his innovative ideas and his ability to find ways around rules and regulations. One example of this is how he managed to get SpaceX, his private space exploration company, off the ground. At the time, the space industry was heavily regulated and dominated by government agencies, and it was difficult for private companies to compete. However, Musk was able to find ways to get around these rules and regulations by demonstrating the value of his work and convincing authorities to allow him to pursue his vision. Today, SpaceX is a highly successful company and is playing a key role in the commercialization of space. These are just a few examples of some of the greatest geniuses in history who succeeded in finding ways to get around rules and regulations. From Albert Einstein to Elon Musk, these individuals demonstrated incredible creativity, determination, and resourcefulness in the pursuit of their goals. They show us that it is possible to achieve great things even when faced with seemingly insurmountable obstacles. So the next time you're faced with a problem that seems impossible to solve, remember that there are always ways to find a solution, no matter how difficult it may seem. The key is to think creatively and never give up. Thank you for watching our video on the top 10 geniuses who succeeded in beating the system. We hope that you found this video informative and inspiring, and that it has given you some insights into the incredible achievements of some of these remarkable individuals. If so, give us a like and subscribe to the channel. Remember, with hard work and determination, anything is possible, so don't be afraid to challenge the status quo and think outside the box. You never know what you might be capable of achieving. Until next time, goodbye.